effects. Particularly the artist that did almost all of the artwork on the mats was Peter Ellenshaw.
Quite often, the top of the scene was a matte painting by Peter Ellenshaw.
Let's talk about, for a moment, about what matte means.
Peter Ellenshaw was amazing in what he did with glass shots. He could shoot a scene that you couldn't just normally go out and photograph. And the foreground could be photographed through the empty part of the glass. So you're kind of doing a trick photograph in camera effect. And all this had to be worked out with the proper perspectives and lenses and angles and whatnot.
Suppose you had a hill that you're photographing, but you need a castle on it, and you don't have time to build the castle. You can paint it. You paint it on the glass. The camera doesn't know that it's only 8 feet away. It looks exactly as though it's on the hill.
There are two places where his work is particularly outstanding. One is a scene at the opening of the film. There's this wonderful shot of San Francisco Harbor with a forest of masts. And it's a beautiful matte shot. The other one is the inside the volcano. That whole interior, that's completely a painting and a matte shot.
I had to paint the mats on large pieces of masonite, huge, 8 feet across.
The water in the center of the crater was optically placed inside Ellenshaw's artwork.
And it's a beautiful piece of work, and you'd never know it if you hadn't been told.
There was an island that had a whole bunch of prisoners on it.
And they'd picked a quarry in a place which is a funny name. It's a true name, Cucamonga. Well, when we get there are 40 prisoners who were loading, they weren't prisoners, actors, who were to be loading the ship. 40? I mean, it looked ridiculous. So I decided to arrange so that we'd have the people in different places.
And we shot that with a tied-down camera, and then we shot them again in a different position. Well, then when we put it together, this was the same 50 actors in 3 different areas. And the island was an Ellenshaw painting.
Putting it all together was quite intriguing and quite tricky. To us to be doing that was very daring on my part. I wouldn't dare do it now. I was young then.
We made a huge group of what looked like hundreds of prisoners.
Anyway, it worked out.
His contribution to the film artistically is a great contribution.